The Upix Podcast with the property expert. If it's happening in Upland, it's the place you want to check first. With your host too stupid to win and thank me later. Bringing the strategy, news, and cool charts with all the data. This is Upland, where the Metaverse goes down. Genesis, San Fran, to Rio, and all around. Don't miss a week, you never know what they'll say next. It's the Upland Property Experts, baby, UPX.
What's going on, fellow Uplanders, and welcome to the Upland Property Experts. I am your host, Too Stupid to Win, and as always, I'm joined by Thank Me Later. How we doing this evening, brother?
What up, fam?
Man, so much going on this week. It's a lot of news.
Dang, you're telling me there's a lot of big news.
But we tend to see that, each and every year as we get closer to Genesis week. The week before, they're really dropping the news for us that just gets you super excited. And before it's like Upland's not doing enough, and now we're doing too much.
I don't know about, you can't think too much. They're doing a lot. They're doing a lot. Like they were not wrong, and I mean, we knew it was going to happen. Like, it's going to be hard to keep up with everything, and it already is. I mean, you kind of have to start. I think we're going to start seeing a lot more specialties and like people having to pick. Like, you can't run every Metaventure shop. You can't do everything. You can't be into BEs and legits and to cars and to outdoor decor and all of that. Oh,
I'm deciphering. Is that a I'm pissed because I'm tired cry, or I'm hurt?
If you need to go do that, so if at any point you need to go, we have this.
Ooh.
Look at this. So this just came in. These are limited edition shoes, custom shoes from the UpX World shop. So we can unveil them at any point. We will do that tonight. And you can buy them now on upxworld.shop. We'll be doing a lot more with it. But yeah, this is one of the first big collabs between the artist of 1111 and UpX World with Express Yourself. There you go. So nice. Very, very excited about that. Cannot wait to see how they turned out. And Galactus Buck got his too. I was really happy because you sent me that picture. I was like, oh, I'm glad that they turned out. It looked like your pair turned out good. Are they comfortable? I'm legit about to just only wear custom shoes from now on. Like, I sincerely think like I'm just going to like create custom shoes from artists in the community, and that's all I'm going to wear. Because I think these are going to be my new favorite shoes, honestly.
That's solid. I mean, hey, continue with the branding, continue working on that. Yeah, it's just angry, tired screams going on now. So we let them stay up late. School's over with, and they went to the beach. The two little ones went to the beach today, and
gotcha.
Yeah, their naps were cut short. So, yeah, it's fun times. My wife
sounds like chaos.
Thank her so much, and yes, and she's letting me go to Vegas.
Wow, I would keep that on the down low for right now. She might be canceling that. I can hear that. I can hear the screaming through your mic.
Yeah. Usually they're in bed right now, and usually that's the 2-year-old. He wants to rule the house. He believes it's his house.
I mean, just give it to him. Honestly, it feels like it would be less hassle at this point.
He feels he's king of the semen demons, so it's like, no, dude, that's not your role.
Definitely cannot say that.
I should have waited till you did that and said it.
You were trying to slide that in quick. Honestly, I think that's how you ended up with 4 of them anyway. So
I need sound effects. I need a day just to work on podcast stuff for real,
Dude, I think, what time are you getting there Wednesday?
3:30.
Let's let's set up some time. I'm probably going to try and upgrade to a suite like I did last year. If you want to, like, I'll have all my equipment. Like, if you want to get heads down together and like work on getting some music, sound effects, like some of that stuff in the same room, I'd be down for that.
Yeah, we can definitely do that. And for people that don't know, we will be live from Vegas next week. The time has changed, so if you're expecting us at this time, you're going to miss us. We're going to be about 3 hours earlier. We'll be broadcasting from 6 p.m. to 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 3 p.m. to 4 p.m. Pacific Time. We'll have Edon as we get to interview Edon again this year. So excited for that.
Nice.
If you guys have burning questions that you'd like us to answer, hit me up. Not thank me later. Hit me up. Too Stupid to Win between now and I'd say next Tuesday, because that gives me enough time to sort through them and look at them while I'm on the plane out to Vegas on Wednesday.
Yeah. Dizzy, did you get those cars? What happened to that? That deal fall through? I want that car.
Oh, yeah.
Dizzy, tell me we got those cars. Tell me you secured those cars, homie. Anyway. Yeah. No, I mean, I'm sure we're going to talk a ton about Vegas today.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Lot of Vegas updates, and you know what? I'm counting it as a win, because you can't know ahead of time and release something 4 days ahead of time and say it wasn't a Genesis Week announcement. So
no, 100%. I really want to make a meme. Here you go. I will give I'll give a test tube statue to the first person to send me a meme. And I want it to be so there's a thing. It's just like soft taco, hard taco. Why not have both? And so I want it to be like that, where it's like the llama, and then it's like Too Stupid to Win's like his little character, and it's just like, I want STEM, and then there's a little turtle. It's like, I want live events, and then there's like a llama in the middle. It's like, why not both? Because I think they're going to give us both. And I think, like, you were really on the STEM. I mean, you were on STEM from like 2 years ago. I feel like it's like definitely last year.
Yeah,
definitely last year. But I even feel like you were like, it's cars, then STEM, prior to cars coming out.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean, we've been on that for a minute.
Yeah. And you had, I forget what you had before the live events. You had something, along the lines, of a physical thing in the game. And then, I throw out, no, it's going to be STEM. And you're like, oh yeah, because it was Spark, then it was cars, and you line up, and I was like, whoa, you never know. Ha, ha, ha. And 4 days before Genesis Week, you drop that it's coming. So you announced it in Genesis Week. I was right. I win.
No, 100%. Like that's a Genesis Week announcement. That counts for sure. STEM came at this Genesis Week. Will there be another major announcement? That to me is still the question mark. I'm hoping that they're still doing live events. With it being Berlin being the opening, I really feel like they have some sort of concert venue or live event venue that they have secured in Berlin. And that's why they're doing that. I feel almost certain that it was originally Seattle, and Lizette dropped in chat a couple weeks back that they had just changed it. So I think a lot of the marketing was likely around Seattle, but then they ended up doing Berlin, or it could have been Paris. That was a weird. There was somebody who had a good. It's like 9 Inch Nails, the llama in Paris.
It was Dizzy, so it was that Paris. It was that Paris little teaser that they put out before it, and he said, "Look, he's got a 9 Inch Nail in his mouth and a pearl jam jelly on the table,
yeah,
or pearl jam on the table."
Yeah, racing. Yeah, geez.
Yeah,
man. So they're expanding their cars. They're expanding potentially meta ventures or new site, and they're expanding into their life token of STEM. And that's really intricate. Like, it sounds intense. It's not going to be, it's not
absolutely
as straightforward as Spark at all.
No, Spark was pretty simple. I want to build, here's a Spark. The stem seems like you have to do maintenance and you have to log in and a lot of fun stuff.
It could be, that'd be fun. Yeah, and they could still spring Seattle on us. That's true. That would be interesting.
Yeah. All right, we got a lot to get into, so I don't want to
Wrap it up. Let's go.
wrap it up. Let's move on. So share the, oh yeah, you like this. So all right, market update, June 1st, 2023. We are already in June. It's wild to think about.
That is wild.
So top 10 city floors in Upland, looking at UpX and US dollars. Change over the past week. Dallas dropped down about 16%, Las Vegas 15%, and Oakland 11%. Other than that, pretty stable floor. Arlington shot up 19% on their UpX side of the house. US dollar, that was bleeding red with the exception of Oakland, that jumped up 21% to $4.84, but it wasn't like a massive bleed of red. Santa Clara did drop almost 15%, though, down to $15.99.
Yeah. Nothing crazy here.
No.
Yeah.
Move on, looking going back 30 days, though. Manhattan's down 22%. Rutherford's down 19.5%. Those are your big losers on the UpX side. Everybody in the top 10 is red with the exception of London.
I mean, I think that's, I think people are heavily liquidating. I mean, there's just been so many release. There's been so much stuff to buy.
Actually, London is down. I just forgot to put the formula back in. Justin's been working a new job, so I've been trying to squeeze the data in myself. So, yeah.
Hey, that's how I ended up with 4 kids, eh?
You like these short squeeze things, huh?
I mean, not as much as you, apparently.
Santa Clara dropped 30% on its US dollar from $23 down to $15.99, and Rutherford dropped 26.25% down from $20 to $14.75. So the only thing over $20.
Was that your threshold?
Yes, it's time to buy Rutherford.
Oh, that feels dirty to say.
It does. It feels very dirty.
I'm still not gonna do it.
No, we said 25,000 UpX.
Oh, 25,000 UpX.
Yeah,
but I feel like $15 USD.
That's solid for Rutherford.
Oh man. I wonder what that, well, I guess we'll get to it. What's the markup on that still? Because it's probably still a ridiculous markup.
Not as bad. Oh, no, I don't have that slide. So.
Like a 3x. What's the cheapest markup in Rutherford right now for USD? I guess I could.
I do have that.
I guess I could look that up on UpX.
Going back to a 12-week change, still red. It's just red, 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 all around red. Rutherford's down 37% going back to March 9th. Manhattan's down 28%. San Francisco's down 20%. Bronx is almost down 20%. Dallas almost down 18%. So hard hits on the UpX floor going back 3 months ago. And then same with the US dollars. Manhattan's down almost 25%. Rutherford almost 36%. Santa Clara 20%. Vegas 28%. Somehow Dallas survives going up 14.64% on their dollar floor. Don't ask me how.
Dallas is cray cray. What are we looking for?
The lowest markup.
Did we release? Is Doha released?
That isn't that where you had to go? Or no, that's the train terminals that were just on sale today.
Oh, is that what that's?
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Hey, I got into the buyers club, I guess, or whatever you want to call it, the network club or whatever it is.
Let's be very clear. That's just because Dizzy and I have tapped out. Like they've already gone through all of the big fish. They're down to like scraping the bottom 200 people to just look for buyers now.
Oh, but that's fine.
I mean, it's nice. We call that at the top trickle down economy. So enjoy it.
Absolutely.
Right.
I will enjoy it because I was able to pick up 2 Series 1Es So I'm good.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I bought one late the night that it was released, and then I was able
Minted.
to get that green one. So I'll talk more about that on my monthly update, though.
Oh, saving content, Mr. Fancy.
Now going back 6 months, though, Rutherford's down 57.72% on the U.S. dollar floor, and 38.89% on their UPX floor.
Oh, wait, Santa Clara? Wait, Santa Clara or
Rutherford.
Santa Clara, you can get at like 60% mint.
Yeah.
Whoa, there is a purple collection. Southwest, a 1.8. Hold on here. Let me just share.
Yeah, go for it.
Also, if you're not using UpX World to find your stuff or any, like you need a data set, like don't try and do this by yourself. Like look at this deal here. Low-key is selling one at $49 for a purple collection.
And you said that's a 1.8 mint?
Yeah, here's 1.8 mint. Requires 3. Holy wait, why am I not buying this?
Play your game.
50, 112, 2. I guess that's $200. Gets you the Southwest set at a 1.8 multiplier at an under mint.
That's a good deal.
Got to be tempting. Let's check out Rutherford. So we're doing Rutherford for sale. We're going to sort by markup, ascending. Wow. 100% markup, but
then to 200%. But still, it's not as bad as it used to be.
I mean, yeah, it's 100% markup, and it's USD, and it's a big property.
Yeah.
So like TM sitting at 24.25 for those, yeah. Sort by price. Let's see. Yeah, there's a handful for 15. But the percent is 2,000%. These were 500 mint FSAs. So like
Oof.
no, like 100%. If you're gonna spend $14, do not buy one of these. See, this is exactly what you're looking at. 4 and 5 up square, like that's not big enough to build anything. So
yeah, it's like London,
right? Like here you go. Like that's not a bad one then. David Walker 1799. It's a 3x, but still, like that's not bad. This one has a micro house. Nah, boo. Small townhouse. Anyway, there you go. All right.
Continuing on, the lowest markup percentage for each city here. Nothing too exciting. This used to be well over 200. You saw some big numbers. Rutherford's still at 326, but other than that, everybody's coming under 100%. I do.
Oh, yeah.
I do like the comments that Upland's tanking the market. Upland is not doing it. They're just providing a supply for new players. And I'm going to get comments that, I'm just a fanboy and I'm a suck up and I'm endorsed by Upland. But no, they are they're letting the economy roll with it. If you think they're encouraging it?
Yeah.
How they're just putting stuff out there, and it's the people that okay. You're saying they're encouraging it because they're watching the behavior patterns of the players, and they're just like, all right, let's do this.
Yeah, I mean, I think that this is an outcome that they want. Like, they're not trying. Like, I do think that they're actively trying to get the markups down. I mean, they've been aggressively doing that with Manhattan, like. And so, yeah, I think that they want things to be in like the 200% markup range. for like the tier 1 cities. And I think they're okay with other things being under mint. I don't think that they really care. Because what people need to understand is, like, it's a property trading game. It's not necessarily a property collection game. I don't agree with that, Joseph. I don't think that they have crashed the market to keep people from cashing out. They have no reason to do that, because here's the thing.
They get a
cash out. Like, I don't know why people say it like there's some magical button that people can just press and liquidate. Like, even if the market was super strong, like, they would want that, because if the market's super strong, that means people are buying. And so for every person who cashes out, somebody has to buy in. Like, so you can't cash out without somebody else buying in, because you're not cashing out, selling it back to Upland.
and that's why I say that they're not encouraging this, because if you sell it for mint or a 10% or 20% profit for US dollar, they get a bigger commission fee off of your sale. So why do they want it selling so cheap? Unless you're using it from a game status standpoint, as you're pitching to investors and other partners, the amount of transactions, and we're doing X amount of transactions a day, we're doing X amount a month, we're bringing in this sort of a profit off of these secondary sales, blah blah blah. But you have more money in the higher price. So
just go look at the transaction volume. Look at the transaction volume of a Manhattan versus like any of the smaller places. Like, it's not higher markup doesn't mean higher markups do not mean more profits for Upland. You're right, transaction volume, things like that.
Yeah, but I'm saying, if you sell
property and a collection that is sitting at 40% USD and it won't move. Okay.
I mean, times are tough out there. People don't have the discretionary income that they had, that they could be dumping into things. You're in a bear crypto market. You're in, lot of real world stuff is going up. It's more expensive to feed your family. If you have some credit cards, I know the interest rates, they keep jacking those up. So I mean, there's a lot going on that you just don't have the extra money to put into games right now.
I mean, yes and no. I mean,
some people do, some people don't. It just depends on each person's situation.
But the reality is, like, y'all, like, why you just want to make people, I get it. People just want to make money. But what are you doing to, like, other than buying something and then trying to sell it for a profit? Like, what value as a player, as an individual, what value are you generating around those assets to make them more valuable? Other than you bought them a year ago, or you bought them a month ago, and now you're holding them, and now you want somebody to pay you more for them. Why? What did you do to add value? And if you can't answer that question, if all you can say is, oh, well, I bought it and I held it, then
I put a building on it.
I'm trying to sell at a loss here. I mean, are you though? Because you're selling for USD. You're not selling at an UpX loss. You're selling at, no, it's not Upland's job. It's not necessarily. I mean, it is to some degree, but no, they've made it very clear. It's the player's job. And spoiler, and TM, you should know this firsthand. The players who have actually worked for it have made money. The players who have created neighborhoods, communities, nodes, have rallied it, they've made money. You've made money off of your node collections. I can guarantee it. Those are still profitable. I mean, it's not entirely their job. Like, that would be like saying it's the owner of Minecraft's job to have a fun gaming, like to have a fun server. Their job isn't to get you to have a fun server. Their job is to give you the platform to go build your own server and to play and have fun. Like, if you don't do that and you invite a bunch of dumb people and they don't do anything fun in your server and it dies, like, that's on you. No one's like, Minecraft should have made a better game. No, you should have made a better server. Like, people need to shift their mentality. Minecraft didn't charge you. Upland didn't charge you. You bought into it. Just like every other game that you can do that. You can make that choice on whether or not you want to put money into that game. I've spent a ton of money on Minecraft, little add-ons and things. And there's a ton of games that I've spent money on that it's nothing.
Now,
I didn't make any money off my note. Well, then you probably did it. Like, I mean, then I don't know what to tell you then, because all the node people that I know have made money. Like, people that have built communities, they're sitting on money.
And we're not smoking the dope. It's just interesting. There's so many different players here. You know, you had the people that came in, threw a lot of money in, thinking that they were going to flip it, 5x, 10x, 100x it. You have people that now Upland has disappointed in many areas. Absolutely. Upland still struggles with the simple things. Absolutely. Now there was,
so I won't, like, let's be very clear. Like, there's a lot of aspects to the Upland metaverse. I mean, that's fine. Like, no one's asking you to smoke any Kool-Aid. That sounds very bad for your lungs. But the reality is, no one's forcing y'all to be here. Like, so you can go. Like, no one's forced you to be here. And yeah, I would agree, actually. I'm not happy with the performance of NFLPA. I'll say
not at all.
Outright. Like, I also dropped thousands, not nearly as much as you, TM, and not nearly as much as some other players. But I did drop a fair amount into the legits when they first came out. And I have been disappointed. Like, there hasn't been anything interesting. No, that's not our fault.
No, it's not our fault. And they promised us.
Let's be very clear. There's a difference between just a property, which again, what value are you trying to create there? Like, there are ways to be smart about that. And there are ways to make money in NFLPA, but it's definitely not as easy. And I don't think it's possible at all right now. Oh my God, TM.
All right.
I don't know why
TM,
you're on
chill, bro.
today. Chill.
Look, they failed at NFLPA.
Yeah.
They didn't deliver on what they promised. It's not where it should have been. Now, also, I get, and it was speculative, for what they promised to sound good, to throw in the money. I get it. And I don't know if they're revamping stuff behind the scenes or if it just is a failure. And for the people that really went hardcore with the potential for it, it sucks. I get it, and there's nothing to make that right, but that is on Upland, because they were talking about players autographing stuff, being able to use the essentials to make mementos, blah, 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 blah. And we're going into year 3 of it, and nothing's really changed.
Replicas, that's right.
Yep.
We're supposed to get replicas. Yeah. So again, I'm not saying all of the Upland platform, but like, properties to me at this point, especially, like, there's a clear strategy for managing properties. And there's a clear way of I don't think it's the game that we all started playing 3 years ago in relationship to properties. Now, again, other areas, block explorers, NFLPA, the soccer legits, even outdoor decor, car. I mean, there's so many other things that are happening now that all of those are also separate features of the platform, which again is why I think that there's a lot less focus on, like, when we started, it was like, who can buy the most properties? That's not really interesting anymore. Like, there's a reason that we just don't cover who has the most properties, because it doesn't really matter. Because really, once you have more than a handful, it starts to become difficult to manage and not really exponentially great, in my opinion. Like, but
especially with the search,
get your nodes, like, hang out with your friends. Like, you don't need to go crazy.
I'm
I like your positivity, Blue Devil. Bitcoin was at a fraction of a cent. We didn't know they'd create unlimited properties. Yes, we did.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. They were going to release the whole freaking world. It's unlimited properties.
Absolutely.
We definitely knew that. I just figured that people bought these squares that did nothing in 2019. All you had to do was hold and get profit. I think that day will come again. Not that extreme. Yeah, again, the people who bought in 2019, I would say if you bought in prior to February of 2019, February of 2020. So anytime in 2019 up to about February of 2020, you almost certainly have made profit off of those. If you were early buy into Manhattan, you definitely made profit. Other than that, no, it starts to slow way down as they tweak the economy. Honestly, LA, from a property perspective, was probably their biggest misstep in releasing way too many properties in a tier 1 city that didn't get gobbled up. I think that continues to hurt the economy a little bit, but
now they say it's off the rails. And if you go back to the initial white paper, they talk about they're setting up an open market economy based on true ownership, and the objective is to create a sound economy that blurs the boundaries with the real world, providing a decentralized market where stakeholders interact directly with each other. In the initial phase, Upland distributes land ownership to players through gamified experiences, and you'll purchase your virtual properties being Uplanders. In the near future, I think they were off on the near future. In the near future, they were definitely off on the near future, but you'll be able to add structures, buildings, or urban land, develop rural and uninhabited areas, which we're getting to with the STEM, so it's getting there. To some degree. And then they plan to open its platform to third-party developers, which we've been seeing since last year's Genesis, and they can provide additional experiences that become part of the Upland universe. And that was before Metaverse was very coined. And it says that this is the initial phase of gamified land distribution, but it also offers foresight to some future developments. So I don't know if it's off its rails. They haven't always followed their roadmap. They have left us wanting more. They've had challenges when they've been working on major deals, and they didn't have, the deals that they were bringing in required more of the staff than they actually had available. So for the people that put in a lot of money on the potential of returns here in a year to two, yeah, it's hitting hard, and it's hitting home. And Joseph, where's your MetaVenture shop? My factory's been shut down since January 20th. We are about to be 5 months to when my factory's been shut down. Yours is up. When did it come up?
This morning.
Oh, okay. I did not check today, so I might be wrong.
She messaged me this morning. The UpX World Genesis large factory is now up and pumping out. I only got 15 spark on it, unfortunately. But yeah.
Well, I did not get a message, so I am still down.
Oh, you're still down? Womp womp.
I'm going to verify right now.
Where's my MetaVenture shop? Dude, I don't know. I mean, not everybody gets a shop.
There's a lot of people that have told that they have a shop. Yeah, mine's still in the original spot. There's a lot of people that have been told that they have a shop and that it's coming, and it's been months. So it's the simple things that, they say that they have a streamlined process. I've had plenty of messages saying that, hey, next week, another 10 days, another this, another that. But yeah, it's frustrating. It's challenging. A lot of your core players, yeah, a lot of players that have bought in for the long haul are getting very frustrated and walking away from the platform. So, Upland has to rectify it soon.
Also, for anybody who's sitting here saying, I don't have a MetaVenture, okay, well, what are you selling? Are you advertising? Are you trying to, like, you don't need a MetaVenture to sell, by the way. There's plenty of market space. Yes. Is it easier to sell through a MetaVenture? Absolutely. But there's no reason that you can't go out there and shill like everybody did before there was MetaVentures. People were still buying and selling block explorers. People were still buying and selling cars long before there were shops for it. And in all honesty, the amount of things that I buy from a shop versus private investors is like 10x. No, do not PayPal. You got to do it all within the system, but you can do it all within the system.
Yep. You buy, if it's a US dollar transaction, you buy a burner.
Happy MFer. Like, yep. Still, he has a BE shop, still does 50% burner. A shop is I'm not disagreeing, Joseph. I'm not disagreeing at all. I get it. It sucks. They're processing a lot. Like, if you're mad, like, if that's what you're upset about, like, go sell your stuff. Like, you can't be mad. Like, you don't have a client base that's like, I have no way to buy your product because you don't have a shop. You could easily sell product. People do it all day, every day. Yeah. At this point, we're not open to casual players. If you're playing Upland right now, you are not a casual player. If you are watching this stream, commenting on this stream, you are not a casual player, because casual players do not engage with social media around a game that they're playing. They don't do it. Your mom who plays Candy Crush, you think she's watching a Twitch stream of somebody play Candy Crush? No, that's a casual gamer. We haven't opened up. Upland has not opened up or tried to market towards casual gamers yet. If you're buying in, you ain't a casual gamer. I hate to break it to you. Not in this economy. Talking about my mom. No, I know what your mama plays. Little swipey. I don't know.
All right, bottom 5 city floors in Upland: Detroit, Rio, Birmingham, Birmingham, as Think Being Later likes to call it.
Birmingham.
Buenos and Sao Paulo. US dollar, $3 holler all the way across the board.
$3 holler.
Going back 6 months, you only have I gotta see what's up with my
right.
US. Nope, none of that looks right.
My mom joined Upland. Okay.
All right. Something we forgot to talk about last week was the uncollected earnings cap. And so if you don't check in, log in, collect your earnings, they stop your accumulation of your earnings. I think they went kind of low on this.
They went low?
Yeah.
I guess I don't know. As a chief executive, I'm not worried.
Yeah.
That's 2 months. That's 2 months 2 months of interest for me. So as long as I collect it once every 2 months, I'm fine.
I mean, some chief executives that's like a couple of days.
Sure. No, I agree. I think
same with the executives.
Yeah, Daddy Disney's got to be collecting every hour.
I don't know if he needs to collect every hour.
No. But I mean, I don't know. I mean, I guess if I was an executive, and let's say, because I mean, at an executive, you could earn $1 million UpX a month at executive.
Right.
So that's 1 week.
Yeah, it's about a week.
That's really a big deal for pro and uplanders. Yeah, it is interesting. I didn't give, especially once I found out about, because I was concerned about visit fees. 3 days off, that's about where I would expect it to be.
Yeah. But honestly, if you're out of country or
3 days is very fair. Most competitive games, most games that are like require active use are 12 hours, 8 to 12 hours base, with 24 hours being like a nice, and then maybe 48 hours. So like most things have a very quick collection cap. So the fact that, it's a 3 day collection cap is good.
But you come from the traditional gamer background, you know, the core initial players of Upland were more from different communities.
Yeah, no. So I guess my point, I guess coming from a gamer perspective, I go, yep, this tracks. Like, yep. And here's another thing. And this might be a very true statement because between director is what, sub a million? And then so executives, what, 1 million to 10 million?
I think executives over
Or
10 million.
10 million to 100 million.
Yeah.
Sorry, that's even more. That's a 90 million gap. So, yeah, I know but you're playing a game. So I don't care what your background is. Upland is a game. You're playing a game. It's going to have gamification. I'm telling you from a gamification perspective, this is on par with games. I go, yep, that's right. When I first started and it said unlimited collection cap, it blew my mind. I was like, this is ridiculous. This is such a bad model. Like, it's completely unsustainable. I was like, that's insanity. It's super cool, but it's insanity. And so, yeah, I mean, I get it. I mean, I am curious, but here's the other thing is every game also wants to incentivize you to move up. If you are earning 1 million UpX a month, and so you're having to do, collect every 3 days, that is a great incentive for you to try to get that 100 million threshold to then up your cap to 2 million, give you breathing room, right? Now you can go on vacation. Like, that's the hustle, people. That's exactly what they want to do. I think this is a great way to do it. I tip my cap to them. I like uncollected earnings cap. I think it's a long time coming. I know that's an unpopular opinion because it's a negative game like experience in the sense of like it's a penalty for not doing something. However, I think as we grow this economy, this is important. If you go away from Upland for 3 months, you shouldn't be able to come back and collect 3 months worth of interest. Like, that's shit. Like, that's bad for everybody's economy because that means people just come back every couple months. They take that UpX and then they just dump it back into they're not doing anything constructive. They're not actively playing. So, nah.
I'm good with 6 days. That's where I stand. 6 days.
Is that how long can you go with the new cap?
I still have we got an answer about send fees and if send fees play into it?
Send fees do not play into it.
Okay. Send fees do not play into it. I could go about 5 days. No, 4 days. I can go 4 days. If I hit 5 days, I go over.
Oh, okay. Well, I mean, that's tough, right? I mean, but again, for the most part, if you're actively playing, you're logging in for your daily spark anyway. And if you think that this is going to be tedious, wait till these totems come out.
Yes.
You think these totems are going to have a 3-week shelf life? Hell no.
They'll die.
You're going to have to be feeding these little bastards every couple hours.
What were those things like? You had to. There you go.
Tamagotchis. Yep.
There you go.
What is with their names on these? Totem. Like, I'm like,
it's Cowboy and Indians. We had Spud Wars. Now we got Cowboy and Indian Wars. It's going to be great.
Yeah. There you go. Hyde Park Ninjas always be hustling.
Yeah. So MB Motor Sales.
They'll be at our booth next week.
Another sensitive spot, it seems. So they had a sale this past weekend over Memorial Day weekend here in the States for, they had 525 total cars up for sale, and it was about 118.5 million UpX in total sales once all the cars were sold out and delivered. And everybody's like, oh, they're timing it. But if you really look back, first it was they weren't making cars fast enough. Now they're releasing, it looks like they're releasing cars at the end of every month. So it tracks pretty close, May 28th, April 25th, March 29th. So they're releasing at a constant 525, 789, 652. I did find it interesting that the May release was even more expensive with less cars than the April release that had more cars.
A lot more cars.
right?
That's crazy.
Probably 150% more, or over 150% more.
Well, 50% more.
Well, yeah, 50%. Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah. No, it's all right. Yeah, I was excited. I think I picked up a 1E.
Yeah, I got a Series 1E. I was able to buy, for some reason,
The burnt orange, yeah.
I did get the green one. I worked out on the secondary market.
I mean, the story here though is there were cars that went to time, I believe.
Oh, yeah.
Like I believe that they went to the end of the queue, which means that if you are complaining about not having a car, it's now 100% on you.
No, I disagree.
Nope.
I disagree. The ones that were available were still 280,000 UpX. So
Okay. What? I'm sorry. Did you want a 10,000 UpX car? Not happening. Wait for go-karts maybe.
But there were only 65. So there were only 185 cars released on this sale that were 80,000 UpX. So still the majority of your cars were in the higher classifications, which are nice for the higher tier players that can afford it, but for your average Uplander, your pro, your your
You can have a
director.
car then. Like that's a premium feature. Like here's the thing, and I'm okay if you can't buy a car. Like I'm not trying to shame you for not having a car.
Well, you just said everybody could have a car now, but if they don't have
What I'm saying is
280,000
you can't
UpX or
complain.
$280.
No. You cannot complain and be like, I never get a chance to buy a car. You did. You had a chance because they didn't sell out. So I don't want to hear it. Oh, I never get a chance to buy a car. I'm never lucky. I never get in queue. You got in queue. You could have got one of the good ones too. At Mint. No excuses now. I don't want to hear it. Now, if you want to go, yeah, it's too high for me. I don't want to spend that kind of money on it. I'll wait till there's cheaper cars. Cool. Good. But you cannot be like, I never get a car. You can get a car. You could have gotten a car at the last sale. You didn't want that car. That's different. You can't blame it on supply anymore.
I'll still blame it on supply because for the majority of the players in Upland, you need those 60,000, 80,000 cars.
Do you though?
Yeah.
Rideshare, bro. What do you need a car for? Not everybody's going to need a car.
Depends.
I'm sorry. I don't know. You can only access with cars. Maybe. But again, you'll be able to take Ubers. They'll be public transport. They'll be like, yo, order a taxi and they'll come pick you up and drive you around. Like, I don't know. Like, it's $60. $60 isn't cheap. If you're buying a $60 digital car, like, I don't know. Like, you're not, that's as much as an entire game. You could go buy the new Diablo that just came out today for that amount of money. So that's an entire game and you're buying one digital car. So you can't tell me that's not an average player. That's not an average consumer.
It was 80,000 though. So it was 80,000.
Whatever it is. That's even worse.
So it's more than a game. I mean, the last time that they sold a car, they haven't sold a car cheaper than 80,000 on the data that I have, but I didn't get all the data. But still, $80, you can still justify it as a video game. But the amount of the 80,000 cars versus the more expensive cars, it is not proportional. So you're still catering to your higher tier player.
Fine. So if you want to say I'm waiting for cheaper cars, cool. I'm fine with that. I'm fine with that as a statement. If your statement is I can never get a car, nope, you could have got a car. Oh, you were too cheap to buy one of the good cars? Like, what are you waiting? You want to buy a Series 2? You want to buy some soccer van? You can't even, no, you want a race car. Like, if you're going to buy a car, get a race car. I'm not, and again, if you're like, I can't afford a race car, I need a cheaper car, then wait for cheaper cars. I just don't want to hear anybody in the community complaining, I can't get a car. You can get a car. Because also these other cars are selling for damn near mint, if not under mint.
Some people have bills and others have some to spare.
Yeah.
And even, oh, wrong one that I want. Is it really a game? Seems like an NFT marketplace.
It's not I mean,
no, it's not. It's building blocks. It's slow building blocks. Yeah.
what up, Cheese? Oh, happy birthday. Cheese's birthday was just earlier this week.
What day?
Monday, Tuesday? I don't know.
My boy's birthday was Tuesday.
Crap. I was in the cafe on her birthday. I forgot to say hi. Forgot to say happy birthday.
All right, moving on. The historic Upland tour that's going on next week starts in Santa Clara. It's May 31st. So it was yesterday. Happy birthday.
Yesterday. Was
and
I
Shak, what? Shaq, you didn't even tell us it was your birthday? Why are you holding out, girl?
Oh my gosh. I think you know what? I was in the cafe yesterday. That's so funny. Getting married, missing it for your honeymoon.
And I'm not officiating your ceremony? Come on.
Happy birthday.
Yeah.
Yes. Oh. Dude, you know what we have, Cheese? I don't think you were here at the top of the show. We got our first pair of sneakers, Express Yourself, custom sneakers featuring art from some of the lovely ladies of 1111.
Yeah. So back to the historic tour. Registration opens Tuesday, June 6th during G Week, and it closes Wednesday at 10 a.m. Pacific time. And then you do the tour. It takes you about an hour. You earn 0.01 Spark. And it starts in Santa Clara. So I'm pretty interested to see where they take you with only an hour to do the tour. So it's always a great time to pick up Sens if you want, or Spark if you complete the tour. And
dude, hey, is Boulder here? Did they end up giving you your Sens back? Whatever happened to that?
He's never emailed them. Lazy.
No, shut it down. Shut it down.
So Genesis rings. I don't like. There was such an uproar about Genesis rings for some reason, and I really don't, they've released them every single year since 2020. They've put the Genesis rings out. They've been the same price. There's been
Have
one
they been
5
the
and
same
10.
price?
Yeah.
I thought the original one was 5,000. Was it always?
No, it was 3,000 because I was very tempted. I was very tempted when that came out.
Dude, thinking back on those nights of like we were all up. Me, you, like I remember it was like crazy. And then like because Dizzy had just dropped a bankroll too. Like I'll never forget that. I'll never forget. Like he dropped a legit bankroll on I don't remember what it was, if it was Financial District or museums. And then literally hours later they dropped this. And I was like, oh, it was and then it was sold. It was crazy.
Yeah. I was like, did you do it? Did you? And you're like, did you do it? I'm like, I was sitting there, like I woke up in the morning, I saw it released. I'm like, oh, do I, don't I, do I, don't I? It's the first Genesis ring. It's the top one. And then I was like, oh, somebody bought it. Thank God.
Thank God. Dizzy saved it. Although, I mean, I say that. I mean, that was a sweet as, it still probably one of the best. And at the time, so what people don't realize is at the time, it wasn't on the blockchain. So people were like super hush hush.
Right.
Like the super rare ones, like who got what. Like people weren't public that they got like the second tier one. Although I guess we can look it all up now in game and see who has all of them.
Yeah.
That's cool.
That's interesting. Who's completed the Dizzy, you should go back and get the original since you got the first Genesis week 1 of 1. You should, didn't you come? He completed the first set. Yeah, he did.
He's got the full set.
He's got the full set, but that's super dope.
Yeah, no, I have 2. Did you end up getting 2?
Oh man, I don't even remember. I know I got 1 for sure. I can't remember if I got. I might have got the second one. Now I got to look that up. Thanks.
So I got the first Genesis week ring. So the blue one, coming first. I got mint 1 of the first Genesis ring. The blue one.
Rigged.
Rigged.
Alley blowjobs.
What? Then I got 4 of 6. I got 4 of 6 on the red one. So let's see here. I wonder if I can do the directory. Where do I do the search?
No, I only got the red Genesis ring from the first year.
Oh, really?
Yep.
Yeah.
I mean, by that time I kind of went hard and was at my limit for putting into the game.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure.
Because at that time I had 2 kids with 1 on the way. So.
Oh, wow. So you've doubled the amount of kids you've had since that first came out.
Yes.
That's pretty sick. Where the heck is that search thing at?
All right. So also talking about Genesis week.
How do I, where's the global search at?
In the app.
I'm in the app. Ralph, directory, football legits, those legits, challenge.
So scavenger hunt. This is who's the best at Google usually.
Oh, dude, we usually get a pretty good team for that.
Yeah. So it starts on Thursday, June 8th at 10 a.m. Pacific time. So if you're in Vegas, you'll be there at Vegas, and
it will be to do it live in Vegas together.
And it will be in London, and there's going to be tons of rewards available, and it includes the Genesis 23 Superfest Block Explorer. So that adds to your in-person Block Explorers that you can get if you're there the second time with the other Block Explorer there. So a lot of good things going on. Registration starts Wednesday, June 7th. It ends on Thursday. The event starts at 10 a.m. Pacific time and ends that Thursday night at midnight Pacific time. 5,000 UpX to get in. So the player who completes the Superfest hunt first will receive an entry into the Genesis Week 2023 Grand Prize, which is the Genesis Totem. We'll talk about the Genesis Totem here upcoming, which is like really dope. And also the first 200 players to complete the competitive Superfest hunt will be eligible for other rewards. And they're the exclusive Block Explorer, UpX, and Spark. They are giving out Block Explorers to the first 200 people to complete it. So, yeah, it will definitely be a team event there, and it will be fun being there at Genesis Week doing that in Vegas. Registered participants will receive 20 cents and 50% of their fees by completing the competitive hunts in its entirety. So,
gotcha.
Excited for that.
Dude, I am losing my mind. Is it not available on the app, the iOS app?
I don't have. You guys make fun of me. I don't play your childish school games.
I don't even see it in the. Dude, what is going on?
And now we have Speedway time trials. You excited for this?
Dude, my brain is not going to let me do anything until you help me figure out where this is.
Get with the program. Far Fanugans.
Players
you almost maybe dropped a Franklin bomb. Jeez.
I know. Am I losing my mind? I think they got rid of it.
Hold on.
Can anybody pull up? Oh, I'm dumb. You gotta go to the search, and then there's an asset tab. That is not intuitive. That's not intuitive at all, Upland. Why isn't it one of the main little things? Jeez, old Pete's.
So Reels want a little more clarification there. He says the owner of Manhattan train station has gone AFK for now. Are you talking about Grand Central Station, the landmark, or what are you talking about there? Because
while he's doing that, there's some interesting things. So when looking at the stats here, there's 74,000 Block Explorers. There is 645,000 NFLPA legit items. There is 874,000 football legit items.
Wow.
72,000 ornaments, 6.2 thousand cars, and 20,000 map assets.
Nice. Those are some good stats.
That's interesting. It's interesting how many football legits there are. I mean, that's a lot. Genesis.
So they have Genesis Week Speedway time trials going on. It starts Monday, June 5th at 12 p.m. Pacific time, 3 p.m. Eastern, and ends on Friday, June 9th at 11:59 a.m. Pacific time, 2:59 Eastern time. So you're going to be able to participate on racetracks to achieve the best time and claim a lot of different rewards. 4 tracks are being featured. It's the Hollywood Hills Raceway, Rio Promenade track, New York City Racetrack, and the Detroit Downtown Raceway track. So you have to own an MV motor car, and then you'll be able to race with the Class 4, Class 3, Class 2, and Class 1s. Players will race on different tracks each day of the Genesis Speedway time trials. So you have to check out the time trial schedule and the tracks that you'll race on throughout the week. So you have Monday is the Hollywood Hills, Tuesday is the Rio, Wednesday to Thursday is the NYC, and Detroit is on day 4.
Gotcha.
And so the rewards, this is where it gets exciting to me. Is you're able to win a Genesis go-kart.
Shit, I need to do this then.
Yeah.
Wait, when do the time trials start again?
Monday at noon Pacific.
Right. Somebody remind me to do this. Also, that means Dizzy, that means we need to close that deal. I need my car.
Now, but wait. It only says so Class 1 Series 1R, Series 1 FIFA Edition, and Series 1 Genesis. Class 2 is Series 1, Series 1E. And then you have Class 3 is Series 2, Series 2E, Series 2R, Series 4R, Series TR, Series T Championship, and Series T FIFA. And then Class 4 is your like passenger, cargo, and all the other fun stuff there.
Wait, so does each bracket get its own reward?
Yeah. For each vehicle class. So yes.
Oh, so I can compete in each vehicle class?
Yes, you can.
Holy shit. All right. So I need to like make a list.
So bracket 1, there's going to be 1 winner. Bracket 2, there'll be 2. Bracket 3, there'll be bracket 2, there'll be 1. Number 4 will have 2. Number 5 will have 5. And number 6 will have 15. But there's only going to be 5 carts awarded for bracket 1, 2, 3, and 4. Berlin is coming. So we all thought it was Seattle. You know, you teased us the other episode saying that Lizette said they had to change it up last minute. So
yeah,
Berlin's coming Friday, June 9th, 10 a.m. Pacific time, 1900 Berlin time. And people in Las Vegas will be part of that live, which will be awesome. And you'll get a property and a node exclusive to the Genesis Week people. So it'll be fun there.
That's pretty cool. I like that.
Yeah. It will be a tier 3 treasure hunting city. It will have 8 neighborhoods on initial launch and typical Upland launch of just under 20,000 properties. 22 to 28 collections range. So looking to you analytic assassins to hook it up because your team's always spot on.
Yeah, they've been pretty good.
Yep. And the interesting thing, so that makes me wonder, they're doing a Berlin community meetup that day. So who from the Upland team is not going to be at Genesis Week that Friday? Or are they going to fly out, you know, late Thursday night, early Friday morning? And I would imagine Dirk would be there since, you know,
Yeah.
I don't know.
I think Dirk. Oh man, he can't. No, I don't know. I feel like they would send one of the office people.
X1 says he'll be there at Genesis Week all week, so I don't know.
I hope. I mean, I want the Berlin live thing to be fun and all, but I really will be upset if like Dirk, Edan, or any of the major players are not at Genesis Week and are instead in Berlin. That would be very disappointing.
Right.
You can't have Genesis Week if Dirk and Edan aren't there. Like,
no. So Berlin's coming. Terminal sales went up. A lot of deals to be had.
yeah, I didn't get. I mean, I got again the same like pangs. You want to buy something, but I didn't end up.
Oh, yeah.
doing it.
But I was surprised. You know, I want to hear the backstory. Maybe we can get that out of Edan in our interview next week of what happened behind the scenes. Like, can you break it down for us? Like, what happened was, because it sounds like you had a different city selected. What, can they share?
I think it'll be obvious. I think whenever they reveal their big reveal at the conference, it'll be obvious. Like, okay, well, that's the deal they closed.
Right.
To do it. Right. Like it's going to, and I mean, we may be able to try and get out of them like, oh, so was it going to be Seattle? And so then when are we going to get Seattle? We'll see.
Yeah. And prepare for the life.
Dude, I thought that
Upland.
was a sound effect of that slide. And that's just the nonsense train that's in your life.
Yes.
So unnecessary.
Dude, there's a guy.
Martin? Ooh, I hope not.
There is a conductor that comes through at like 3:30, 4 o'clock in the morning. Just depends on when he picks up his thing. And this dude just hammers the horn. You know, a lot of the train conductors that roll through here, they just give like, no, this dude just lays on it. I'm like, it is not necessary at this time in the morning.
Such a dick move.
Yeah. He lays on it, and there's, from the audible range, there's 6 crossings that you can hear that they have to hit their horns for, and this dude just lays on it.
Oh man, that's
I kind of want to try and jump the train one day. I don't know if I got to hook it up where I got to have a car driving along the side of it so I can jump on it and just to like get into the cab.
What are you in a Fast and the Furious movie? You ain't doing any shit, old man. Calm down.
I'm not, because I'll go to jail and lose my great job. So.
Yeah, that's why. You'll go to jail. No one's going to jail. You're going to go to a funeral because you're going to get run over by a train, and the funeral is going to be yours. You ain't jumping on a train there, Jason Statham. Calm down.
No, that's why you get a car going the same speed as the train down the side. You're good.
Have you seen the side of a train track, you maniac? What are you talking about? They don't have roads parallel. They're just like driving on the gravel side off of cliffs, and you're just going to what?
It's pretty straight. You're pretty good here. The terrain's good. But I'm not going to jail, so I'm not doing it.
Oh, yeah. Because I will pay off all of the police officers in your town. All of them. I will pay them to look the other way for you to do this Dukes of Hazzard nonsense.
No. You see, I wouldn't do it personally. People growing up,
oh,
I know.
Here it is. Here come the excuses.
No, people I know growing up would jump on this opportunity, so I'll just outsource it.
The people that you knew growing up would probably jump on those train tracks. You're right. Like,
not on the train tracks, on the train.
I mean, they grew up in Cleveland, yeah?
Ish.
Yeah, that's some train tracks.
To the east. But
the train tracks.
Yes. And yeah, you got all upset, but we're talking about like the hugest announcement in Upland in a very long time.
Oh, yeah.
The STEM token.
Dude, this is going to be a long episode.
It already is, yes. So they're going to start out with the Protem, which is going to be redeemable.
Protems. Like what? They were just having fun with that. Come on.
I was glad you didn't go with scrotum, but okay.
Why would I go? They didn't go with. Why would I say that? What? No. Damn it. What's wrong with you? All right, can we move this along?
I'm trying, but you're distracting.
You just click next to the slides. The next slide.
This is the last slide, but we got to
This
talk
is the
about it.
last slide. You don't have like
Yeah.
an info slide on these totem, protem, scrotum things.
No, because everybody can read the article. Look, I had to do I had a lot of stuff going on.
Dude, I'm just giving you a hard time, man. I appreciate all the hard work you do and raising your demon semen children. So, like, I'm just giving you a hard time, man. I know you put a lot of work into the show. So yeah, I actually was talking to Goldsmith about this in the cafe. Well, he was talking about it in the cafe last night. Really crazy. So you stake Protem. So I guess the way STEM will work is that you will essentially stake STEM onto life objects or to objects like totems.
Trees, animals, plants, life, just life.
Well, and that they will produce life though. So like the totems, you put, the way I understood it was like you have a totem, you'll stake STEM on the totem. That totem will then produce life as an output. You'll collect life from it. And then I think you use the life to like create life or to maintain like life. That's how I kind of took it.
So they have
stake life, they die. Without stake life, they don't generate any. Without staked STEM, they don't generate any life.
Well, right now they will set up the mini game of the Protem, which, if you look up the definition of it, it means temporary. Imagine that. I like Spud better. You couldn't come up with something as cool as Spud,
right?
So you use a word that means temporary. Anyway, and that says it will be for sustaining all living things. So trees, animal, plants, living things, blah, 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 blah. And it requires nourishment in the form of STEM. But right now they're using Protem.
But then they produce life, right? Or do they produce STEM?
So
I'm confused.
It says initial supply of Protem will be distributed to all totem holders. Really hasn't explained who becomes a totem holder, but since this is a test, all of us should have totems. How they did, if they just give every player 1-for-1, interesting to see how it does. You know, if they break it down by player level, that chief executive, blah, blah, blah. If you get a multiple array of totems or if it's just 1-on-1. They were very vague. I can't even say very vague. They just didn't say anything here about it. But you're going to be able to have a totem. And for each totem the player holds, they'll receive a fixed amount of Protem when they're active, when the totems are activated. So you'll also be able to have a collection of map assets that will represent the different life forms. And those are your totems. So your life forms and STEM in the real game, once it's launched, are currently going to be your Protem and totems.
Oh,
you with me?
Okay, so totems are just for Protem. So like once Protem's gone, totems are also like not used anymore.
Right.
That
Protems will become STEM 1-for-1, and totems are just the living creatures.
So totems stay valid. You'll just need to use STEM instead of Protem.
They didn't say if the totems would go away once they were done with Protem.
Considering that they're making a 1-of-1 llama as the Genesis Week grand prize, I have to think that they're not going away because that would not try. I mean, Genesis property, Genesis car, Genesis totem. Like you can't have it go away.
Right. So basically what this mini game is going to do with the Protems and totems is simulate the interaction between STEM and life on steroids, basically.
Gotcha.
And the interesting part there is once they break it down is they said that they have unique sets of virtual traits representing 5 different behaviors. So it's input, frequency, harvest cap, output, stamina. And the one of one that you win for Genesis Week is like the ultimate. It's a unicorn. It has the max on all of them. So
Yeah, which is super cool. I will definitely be gunning for that pretty aggressively. No surprise there.
right.
I will also likely, if you win it and you are watching and you would like a cash offer, slide into my DMs because I will definitely be paying cash for it because I want it badly. I want it way more than I wanted the Genesis car, and I wanted the Genesis car pretty bad. Not more than Genesis property, though.
And which is very interesting. I'm intrigued with how they set it up. It might be a random number generator or whatever, but it says that each totem will have a unique set of visual traits representing the 5 different behaviors, and it sets it apart from every other totem. So it's one of one. So it's a variant. You know, they'll have different levels of the 5 combinations. So, and then that just determines the optimal way that you have to spend and harvest the Protem.
Yeah. So I can actually see, like, I like these kind of games, like mini games. It's essentially just like a clicker, just maintaining it.
Just as long as it's not a mini game where you have to set an alarm and wake up every 4 hours, you know, or you have to wake up every 3 hours just to nurture your thing. I'm like,
100%.
No, I just got done with kids not sleeping through the night. I like sleeping through the night, but for something like this, I'd set an alarm and wake up. So give me at least 6 hours so I can just like do my thing, go to sleep, wake up 6 hours later and do my thing again.
Yeah. So I will say right now, because like they're not doing it the way that they're doing Spark. So when they did the first launch of Spark, it was based on your historical usage and activity. This is not. This is going to be all kind of self-contained. There'll probably be an initial totem distribution, which will then, you know, give you a starting Protem, which I imagine the higher you are, the better that is. But it's going to be based on your activity during this. I cannot stress enough how much I would highly encourage as much activity as possible from you during this time, because once that's set, like, I don't know, just my experience, this is where you want to participate because it's going to be a pain to get it later. They always make it easier at the very beginning for everything. Well, I shouldn't say that because cars were a lot harder to get at the beginning.
I mean,
all you had to do was bid a couple of grand, and you could have bought one of the first ones.
Yeah, and I don't see. I'll be interested to see if there's any drama around like the initial Spud Wars with the trailers that went to cell towers, and I'll always bring that up.
Oh, I love that. I mean, that would be interesting if you could. So like you have like life totems. If they came out with like cursed totems that you could like infect an area with. But again, I don't think that's the type of game. I don't think they want to foster that either. Like, because that is there's no value in generating that kind of negativity. It just hurts the community. And I don't think that they really want to do that. Although I will say that the cell tower Spud Wars of 2021.
Yep.
Was it 2021? The Spud Wars of 2021 were easily among one of my favorite events. Easily among one of my favorite events from Upland.
Yeah. Now, and I know you're probably geeking out over this. You know, I sent this as soon as it was released. I sent you the link and all that, and you're like, "Wow!" So you were blown away. So I know you're probably already geeking out, trying to gamify it because they're looking at, you know, the behaviors of how the players will spend their Protem, and you know there's an optimized way to spend it to ensure the livelihood of your totems, and if you do it right you get more Protem, and that's the key right there, because Protem's going to be exchanged 1 for 1 for the stem. So it's very important for whatever totems you get that you do it right so you collect it. I mean, I think this is a better rollout than they did with Spark too, because you have direct influence over it. Now,
hopefully it's more influence. I'll be interested if you can start selling these totems.
Right. And it says that the totems will have a finite supply, and it's additional totems will never be minted. So, like, are they just going to make it exclusive to people that can afford it? Is this going to be like, I'm just intrigued, or is everybody going to be able to buy it? Is there going to be different tiers, or is it just going to be, hey, pay $5 for this box and you get a totem and it's randomized, or pay $10? Or are they going to be like, hey, here is the ultra rare totems and it's $1,000 or $5,000 for the ultra rares, and there's only 50 of them? You know, I'm intrigued of where they're going with that.
Yeah, it's all fantastic questions. I'm definitely really excited about this. I'm excited that it's not just a standard Spark rollout. I'm excited that there's some sort of gamification and maintenance mechanics that are finally being rolled out. Like, this to me is interesting. Like, this is a reason to log in and play and keep active. I can almost see the squirrels in your eyes. And so, like, I don't know. I'm excited for this. I definitely will be actively participating, because in this part for sure, where you can actually earn the Protem that's going to turn 1-to-1 to stem, like, that's big. Like, you want to start strong here.
Now, if you think stem's going to release in a month or two, that's not going to happen, because they're going to test this with Protem and Totem.
6 to 8 months, I would say.
Yeah, because they're talking about that the totems will only be active during a predefined cycle of 30 days. So, now moving on. Once a new cycle begins, players can activate the totems, and they will need to spend Protem to keep them alive. And after the cycle ends, you will no longer be able to spend Protem on their totems for that specific cycle. So they're going to test this for a while and watch the player interaction and gauge that. And this is a great opportunity. You know, it's not like you're only going to have a couple of weeks to earn your Protem. We're going to have months for it, while they're collecting the data, analyzing it, and figuring the best way to roll out the stem.
So that's interesting. It almost seems like it's like cyclical of, like, you're feeding the totem and then it like produce. So, like, imagine it was like a fruit tree. You're like watering it, doing all that, and then, like, for a month you harvest it. I don't know, because, like, I don't know what the like monthly, like, wow, it's just so much.
It sounds like there might be a 5-day, 7-day period where your life might be miserable while you try to nurture this totem, and then after it, you're kind of cool for a while, and then it goes back and causes you issues.
Yeah, I'm just glad that it's not generic. I'm glad that it's going to have some built-in gamification. Now, will it have utility afterwards? I mean, probably not. It'll probably have the same level of utility, probably less utility, if I'm being honest, than Spark.
But this should give you the opportunity to have pets, dogs, cats, whatever, turtles. I know you like turtles.
Yeah.
So this should give the opportunity of pets, which should give you the opportunity of pet shops, which would give you the ability to breed Hello, Flow, Crypto Kitties. I mean, these are all building blocks, and we all wish it was a lot faster than what it has been over the last 4 years, 3.5 years for some of us. But you're seeing the building blocks put together, and this is the next one towards utility. You'll be able to have greenhouses. You'll be able to cultivate the land. I mean, this is going to unlock a lot of things. I don't think it's the utility that a lot of players want, but I think there's somewhat, we're getting closer and closer to the utility that people are desiring, that will make a metaverse that wants people to come. Not only what Upland's putting into, but what third-party developers are developing based in the Upland metaverse.
Yeah, no, huge potential. I'm very excited. Cannot wait to see it. Hopefully they do demo it to some degree at Vegas this year for sure.
And if you haven't seen the Genesis totem, it is a golden llama. To me, it looks like a chess piece.
Do they have it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh. I want it. It's so shiny. Kind of looks weird. Like, let's be honest. It kind of looks like a horse, maybe. It doesn't give me the great llama vibes. It does feel like a knight piece from chess.
Yes.
I like the gold reflective. Also, like the bottom half, like if you just look at the bottom half when it's spinning, it feels like it's like a cat. Like it's got like it feels like
Egyptian style cat. Yep.
Yeah, like something like that. I don't know. Overall, super cool. I like that it's a max stat totem. It looks like a greyhound, though. It does.
Sort of.
Looks like a Doberman, yes. Farmer's World. I would love to. I think that there is some potential there with a Farmer's World style thing. All right, what are we doing? Can we open the box?
Yes, go for it. Go for it.
All right, hold on. Let me turn off my back.
A fancy snail. Wow, cheese.
You're a fancy snail. Do.
It looks like a greyhound. I can see it. Doberman.
Here it is, y'all. The first shipment from Express Yourself, limited edition. Da-da. Oh, dang. So this is the right shoe.
Who's that by?
So this is the outside here is Robzilla, who does the art, the oil art, and you can't see it hugely, but the tongues of it are actually from Shaktalin. These are Shaktalin's piece is actually the tongue, and then it's really cool. Like the inside has our logos on it with the Express Yourself. It's even on the little like tag here. I mean, I am really stoked about this. I mean, I'm gonna start. Oh, so this is the right shoe, and then
is the left shoe different?
Yeah.
Wow. Nice. I like the left shoe better.
Yeah. So this is the left shoe, and it's got a completely different Sheriff Shak tongue. But yeah, so I will definitely be sporting these at Genesis Week. Bam. Like that is
Oh, not taking that one.
What?
Nothing. So, Cheese wanted to know if you're going to raffle off a pair of ladies 8s and a boy 6.5.
Oh, you definitely shut it down right now.
I know. I'm good.
Well, I actually will be giving away prizes for redemption. So, instead of just having like a bunch, because again, like you said, like those are very specific sizes, we will be giving away different store vouchers. We'll be doing a Genesis Week scavenger hunt. So you're going to have to go and find people to fill out a scavenger hunt on, and then you'll be able to redeem that for prizes. Maybe have like a digital wheel that you can spin to get things. It's going to be a lot of fun. I'm really excited. I love how these turned out. Like, this is so cool. I seriously might just wear custom shoes from now on. Like, why would I not just go and get other shoes made by these fantastic artists?
Right.
So yeah, no, for sure. It's super, like if you're using like Shopify and stuff, it's super easy. You can like set up discounts and codes and freebies and stuff, and then just give them away. Boop. Plus you're only paying cost cover. Anyway.
Yeah. No.
Really excited. So definitely come by the booth, check that out. Maybe win some prizes.
Did they tell you what day and what time your booth is from?
Probably.
Jesus.
I don't know.
Probably.
I'm just gonna ask them when I get there. I mean, it can't be that complicated. It's a tiny table. It's like a 6-foot table with a banner. Like there's not a lot of hubba to it. Like it just
Right. Is it
where
on Thursday? Is it on Friday? Is it,
12 to 4. It's 12 to 4.
On what day?
Thursday. Friday. I don't know. Thursday and Friday. Not Saturday or Wednesday. What do you want from me? What do you want? See, Friday. There you go. Friday, 12 to 4.
So what time are the panels on Friday?
Wait, no, it's not. No one knows. Stop asking questions. Friday is the day. Today's Thursday.
Next week. Gosh.
Yeah, Friday. So Friday, 12 to 4. That's what I said.
And when are the panels
I have
on
a
Friday?
theory.
I have a theory. Let's
Ooh.
hear the theory, Cheese. So, but a lot of stuff exciting going on next week at Genesis Week.
G Week. Do we have a symbol? What's the hand symbol? What's the American Sign Language symbol?
Dude,
for
I'm not throwing. Oh, America. Okay, I thought you were want to go with gang sign. So
no. Alexa. What's? It's Friday. What?
I don't know.
Oh, the panels, the tables being in the same room as the panels. That's probably true to some degree. They'll probably have like I've been to conventions where like they have like a stage and then it's like an extension of it.
Yeah. Now.
Yeah, that tracks. That makes sense.
So
That's fair. It's good.
You guys have a table.
Solid.
UpX World has a table going on. I have a panel going on at that Friday.
All of my Alexas are visual. This is my Alexa. Oh gosh, I just happened to.
Are you going to break your show?
This is my Alexa. Like, she's huge.
Yes.
That's the Alexa wall. I have pretty much all the Alexas, including Astro, the dog.
You wouldn't hear that until 2023. She's huge. So Genesis Week, I was trying, and then you had to pull out your huge Alexa. But so next Thursday, we will be broadcasting live from Upland Studios. We have Edan, one of the co-founders of Upland, as an interview. So if you have questions, please send them to me, Too Stupid to Win, before Tuesday next week, so I can combine them, vet them, make them presentable. Also, we have the UpX World booth going on, and then I'm hosting a panel. On my panel, we have Lizette from Upland, we have Shak, and the Goldsmith is also going to be on the panel. We're talking about the importance of communities and business in the Upland Metaverse and the future of that. And then we also have Shak is nominated for Player of the Year. We're nominated for Broadcaster of the Year. And then Designer of the Year. They have some great, everybody nominated, really great. So that will be good seeing the awards, and good luck to everyone there.
Yeah, I'm excited. So wait, so it's either going to be us, Cheese, or Y2K?
Yep. Cheese and Ben.
Sure. We know who runs that show, though.
Right.
I mean, that's pretty cool. I mean, last year it was us, Doyle, and Uplando.
Yep.
So
we're the only repeats.
Repeats. Got year 3 coming up after that. 3-year anniversary.
Year 3 anniversary. So if you have a favorite segment over the past year, please let us know. So right now I only have like 2 or 3 suggestions, so the montage will be pretty quick. So definitely let us know what, not just your favorite episode, what part of that episode, so it makes it a lot easier for me to snatch the video clip. Hey, look, another train.
Choo choo, mofo. Until Doyle got beat on. Yeah, that was fun.
Yes. All right. What, you loaded something up that you want to share with everybody, so go for it.
I did?
Yeah.
What?
Okay. Oh, you're just looking to upgrade to a suite. Never mind. You didn't want to share it. You're still sharing your screen. It's in the backstage. I can see it.
Oh. Oh no, that's me. I just realized it's the first of the month and I have to pay my rent.
Oh.
I was just like, oh man, I probably need to go pay my rent.
All right. So, hey, you got anything else before we get out of here?
No, I can't wait to see everybody next week. We're going to
Yes.
be doing a lot of live streams. We'll probably do some tests Wednesday. I don't know. Might even try and do a little stream. And then we'll be posting a ton of content. I know, too, so you were talking about doing some interviews there as well. So
I'm trying to. I had some funds set aside to get a camera crew, and that was reappropriated. So I'm trying to.
No, we can just do handheld and contact Nobi, Dr. Nobi.
No, we said he had some stuff. He wasn't really sure. He hit me over to Left House. Left House talked to us. He didn't have any contacts in Vegas. It's been a runaround. But I'll verify with Nobi because I got some cool stuff that will be fun. I just need to make it happen. I just need a good camera and a good microphone, and we'll be golden.
All right. We can hold hands.
Okay.
There we go. All right. Now we're getting fun.
All right. So we are less than 6 days to Vegas. For some of us touching down, and then everybody else getting involved on Thursday. So it's always fun. Excited to meet new people and actually be there for the full 2 days.
Yeah.
Versus last time.
Correct.
And I still have to figure out Friday night because I got a 5:45 a.m. flight back home Saturday morning.
Wow.
Hey, look.
Sorry, I'm paying bills now. Like I'm completely I'm like, where did this come out of? Like it says it already paid. I'm like, it did?
Yes.
Well, that's news to me.
Dang, Hyde Park's seeing us Tuesday. I won't be there till Wednesday, but
Tuesday.
Yeah. All right. Everybody have fun. Be safe. We'll see you out there in the metaverse and can't wait to meet everybody in Vegas. Definitely hit us up.
The Upland podcast with the property expert. If it's happening in Upland, it's the place you want to check first. With your host who's stupid to win and thank me later. Bringing the strategy, news, and cool charts with all the data. This is Upland, where the metaverse goes down. Genesis, San Fran, to Rio, and all around. Don't miss a week, you never know what they'll say next. It's the Upland property experts, baby, UPX.